Today, I'm really fortunate again to have our friend Rosi come back and spend some time with us. So Rosi, you can start sharing anytime you like.
Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you for having me again. And I'm going to share my screen. Thanks everybody for joining today's webcast, and thank you again, Carl, for having me. I always enjoy to work with Vision 33 and their webcasts, and I also like your podcasts. And actually, I would like you to introduce me to this woman. I like that idea what she did, traveling around while working. We all like to travel, right?
Yes.
So anyways, I get to show you today CRM for Outlook from Boyum IT. If you know us already, you might have some products from Boyum already. We are very close partners with Vision 33, and one of our products is CRM for Outlook. And what it really is, you have information right at your fingertips when you log into your Outlook. We all work in Outlook. I have it open all the time. And we know we get emails. Then you have to jump back into SAP Business One, maybe to create a new customer or create a sales quote or a sales order. And if you have our CRM for Outlook, you can do all this right there while you're logged on to Outlook. You do not need to have SAP Business One open, as long as SAP Business One is running somewhere in the world. The server is up running. You do not have to have the client installed on your machine because it connects to your server. And the beauty is that it's real time. So if I'm in Outlook and I'm going to a conference and I want to create some new leads right that day, I can open up my Outlook, put in those leads, and absolutely they will show up right away in SAP Business One. Vice versa, if Carl works in the office and he puts in a quote and I'm getting an email, a question about that quote, I can pull it up in CRM for Outlook. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into my CRM for Outlook and show it to you. I'm going to move this. Let me move it over here. Okay, so I'm logged on to Outlook. And I'm highlighting this email, and you see right away, I have two more tabs up there. So one is called the Business Partner tab, and the other one is My Data tab, and I will talk about those. So I'm going to get maybe another email, and you see, oh, she's with the same customer. You see the information changes because the email is recognized in your SAP database as a contact person. So it will pull up the business partner you are connected to. And absolutely, you can have more than one database connected. You can have that contact person in more than one database, and you would be able to choose which database you want to pull up. So let's look at this one. I have right here the business partner information. I can actually click on our golden arrow and it will open up the business partner information in Outlook. You see right here, there's the regular information. There are all my contact people, properties, user-defined fields. You have it all right here. You also, of course, can go in here and pull up Google Maps. If you need to go somewhere, you're traveling, we are starting again. I don't know if people still use Google Maps. You can get an idea where this customer is located. You also can make a phone call. If you need to call the customer with Skype, there we go. It opens up and you can call the customer. Right here, you have sales year to date, sales months to date, and total documents for this customer. Gives you kind of KPI. It tells, so like this customer has a total of 312 orders. Average size was this, okay? There's this many invoices in total. Gives you a nice overview about this customer. Right here, you see how much they owe you. Imagine you get an email and say, hey, I'm new to this company. Can you please pull up, let me know how much we owe you, what invoices we have open. Here is a total. You have it right at your fingertips. And if you go over here, there are all the open invoices, just in case they need the invoice numbers. So everything you see right here are open invoices for this customer. So make sure your database is clean, not like me. I have 98 activities, right? I'll come back to this. You can always clean this up with our B1 usability package. So let's go back here. What else can we see here? Top 5 items for the year. I only sold them 3 items apparently, but this always shows you top 5 items for the year. And it will reset January 1st for the next year. You can also display user-defined fields here. Okay, instead of drilling back, you say, hey, just display certain user-defined fields here. This is all business partner related, all the information right there. This is all contact person related. Okay, so maybe you say, I don't want to send her an email, I want to send another person in this company an email. You just click this and your email will open. Because Ada here, also a phone number and the title of the contact person would show up. Okay, and you of course can have user-defined fields here from the contact person, which of course they all come from SAP Business One. So let's go over here, track. So I want to track an email. You see I have 3 trackings here. What this basically is sticky notes. I call them sticky notes. Instead for you having sticky notes, you should see my desk, I still do it. I can say, hey, let me track this email. I'm going to delete it, it's already tracked. It's going to go back to 2. There we go. So I have only 2 now because I deleted this one. So I'm going to say, I'm going to track this email. It's going back to 3 because I have to go back, or maybe I'm going to ask Carl to check this email, and you can come in here and go to your trackings. And what it does, it copies the email in here, and you know you have to go back to it for whatever reason. And once you are finished, you took care of the email, you clarified something, you just delete the tracking. This does not do anything in SAP. This is really just an Outlook function, because maybe you don't want to create an activity for it. This is really just something you need to follow up. You have this a feature right here. But of course, you can create an activity. You can create service calls, opportunities, quotation, and sales orders straight from here. So creating an activity, let me go to something with an attachment. I'm going to go here really quick, and I'm going to create an activity right here. It tells me I already have an activity on that. So I create an activity right here. And what it basically does, it copies in the email, okay, to my activity. And I am just gonna put something in the remarks right here. And you see, and that's why I used an email with an attachment. It attaches the attachment. Okay, because I have it configured. If I create an activity from an incoming email, I want the attachments to be attached. Now watch this. I'm going to go to this one. I have no email here, but I do have a bunch of attachments. So I'm going to go here and create an activity from this one. And you see, I have no email in here because it was plain, nothing is in here, but I have my 7 attachments here, and absolutely they will go into SAP also once the activity is created. Okay, so if I go here, I can actually I'm just going to put something in here, pictures for Vision 30. Oh, I have caps locks on for Vision 33. And I'm going to say, you know what, it's old, that's the original date from the email. So we're going to say today is the 10th. Let's might do that. I want to take care of it on 11/10 this afternoon at 5:24. Okay. That's when I'm going to put the activity. I have my attachments. I, of course, can link documents. So this email was about this quotation or this sales order, and you would attach it, link it exactly like you do in SAP Business One. Okay. What's really nice here? So we live off our phones whatsoever. I'm going to say create this meeting in Outlook, because I really want it to pop up on my phone and in my Outlook calendar. And the other thing I wanted to do, I want to invite Carl because I want him to know about this activity, or we have a meeting. Would probably make more sense to have a meeting and so on. I'm going to click save and close. It's gonna save the activity and you will see, oops. Oh, I know what it is. Let me do the other one. I messed this contact person up. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna create the activity really quick. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna say Vision 33 here. So we know that I typed something and I am going, this one is gonna work. I did something to this other customer and it barked at me. So I'm gonna, there we go. And I'm gonna save and close this one. And what you're gonna see now, it's gonna ask me to invite somebody because I said I wanna invite participants. And you see there's the email, I have everything right here. You might not invite this other person, but I'm not gonna do that. What I really want you to see, I'm gonna go into SAP because I have it open, okay? I'm gonna go in here and I want you to see if I go to my activities, that's my correct database, I believe, you will see, there we go, Vision 33. Remember I typed this and there is my one attachments because I did the other email, okay? So maybe somebody's gonna go here and is gonna update something. I'm just gonna do it here. Oh gosh, I gotta take my caps locks off. Update. Okay, and I'm just gonna update it here in SAP. Okay, so now I have to go back to this. I'm working in CRM for Outlook, and I need to go back to here and pull up the activity. This activity is here now. This is the one we just created, and you will see that the update is there already because it's real time. That's what I would like for you guys to know. It's real time. It goes back and forth. And I believe I put it on my calendar today. And here it is. You see right here. It's on my Outlook calendar also at that time I choose. So very nice tool to create activities to stay up to date. Of course, you can also go in here and create an order, service call, opportunity, quotation, same thing. You do it just like you would do in SAP. You put a reference number here and you say save and close. And as soon it's in the system, gonna show you, I pull it up in SAP. You don't need to have it running, okay? But I just want you to see how quick and real time this is. If I go in here and maybe Carl looks at this quote and said, oh, you know what, she forgot to put something on there. I'm gonna put this here. And I'm just gonna put a remark here and I'm gonna click update. Again, it flows back in SAP, in Outlook. I go back to Outlook and I have to pull up this quote. Here it is. And you see right away, there is test and there is the second item. Okay, so it's real time. And what's really nice is also, so you send out a quote to the customer. Guess what? You can say copy to sales order from here. You do not have to log on into SAP and it acts just like it would be in SAP. It's based on this sales quotation. And of course, it will close the sales quotation for you. Okay, so all this you can do right here, all those documents. Let's go over here again. Yes, those are documents that are open. If you have our usability package, and I hope you do, otherwise speak to Carl. We have like a mass update tool in there. A lot of customers use it because sometimes you put a lot of activities or quotes in there and then they get so old that nobody closes them or cancels them. Then you can use that tool to close certain sales quotation. They're older than 90 days, 120 days, and keep your database clean. Because everything you see here, this is all open documents, okay? And you can also track, remember the sticky notes, you can also track a certain document by clicking Control and Track. So not just an email, you can also track a document for somebody to look at it. Again, if you have the usability package, I hope some of you do, you can have your custom reports. I like that a lot because if you're familiar, you create SQL reports with B1 Up usability package, then you can say, okay, I'm going to have a report where I want to see the last 10 items this customer bought. Here's the report. If I switch customers, again, last 10 items this customer bought, it looks different because it looks at the business partner master data. One thing you can do also, so this report function is only there if you have the B1 usability package, you can use rather. If you create a new email, so I'm going to send an email to somebody. I know this is an SAP, contact. You can click here before you send it. What this would do is you create an activity for this email you're sending to the customer. Very nice feature also. So not just for incoming emails, I'm sending an email and I want to have an activity because I want to make sure I have it in my system. Okay, so now let's go here. You do not have to have an email. Now let's go down here actually to this one. Nothing comes up. Okay, I have all those emails, they're all linked to something, and this one doesn't come, nothing comes up either. You know why? Because this is not a contact person in SAP Business One. But maybe this just said to me, hey, Rosie, I'm a new controller for this company. You just say, hey, this is a SAP Business One connection, and it's a connection with MicroChimp, they say, and I'm going to click OK. And right away, you see it's loading that contact person to my database. And here we go. I have all the information about this company at my fingertips right away. Okay. So maybe you need to find a totally different business partner. You can always, I think I've blocked this or something. You can always go in here, look it up. You have all the information right here. Okay. I never use this one. And you can also click OK here and it comes up here. This is actually a supplier. Yes, you can pull up suppliers too. Okay. So it tells there's one purchase order, 8 AP invoices. I just wanted you to see that you don't have to have an email address. You can always find them here and pull them up here for it's just easier to look at them. What else can you do? You can add new business partners. There we go. I want to add a new customer, lead, or a supplier. So maybe you can put an authorization. They only can put leads in there, so you don't have duplications. Okay. Yes, you can do this too. You save it, and this lead, customer, or supplier will be in your database. You can always add a contact here, and you always can go out from your Outlook calendar. It's on the other screen, and pulling contacts to a business partner if needed. So everything customer related, you actually can see here, can do here. And the bonus is that you actually can even see vendors and see what's going on with them. Okay. So again, all this is business partner related. Custom reports are huge. A supplier, I don't have any supplier report. It knows it's not even coming up because this is not a customer. If I go back to another business partner, the report show up. Okay. All this is business partner related. If you're a salesperson, you basically have everything you need right here. Now let's look at this. This is me related, me as the salesperson. So I want to know how many sales orders I have open. I want to know how many sales invoices I have open, quotations opportunities. Okay. In my case, I also have purchase documents open I can look at. Okay. You can hide this, of course, on your settings. I'm going to see my sales year to date, month to date. Doesn't look very good, right? So this is me related as the sales employee. My email address is connected to me in the database. Okay. There's my activities, you see, 344. Right? And then again, if you have the usability package, I want my own reports. So I'm going to say, Vision 33, hey, can you build me a report? I want to pull it up in CRM for Outlook with just my customers and all their balances, for example. So you can have your own report. Those are different reports. They are not looking at the business partner. The ones I have over here, they look at the business partner. This one is just overall reports like this one. Okay. So again, if you miss data, you can accomplish to get the data with a report. What I like very much here is this. This is all that's overdue. There shouldn't be so much in here. Like this is a sample database, okay? All this is overdue. I missed the due date on that. So you really shouldn't have much in there as a sales employee. Or this is upcoming. That's the activity I guess we just did today. It reminds me this is upcoming, which is wonderful. We need reminders because everybody is so busy in every day's tasks. We do need reminders. So I can go in here, open it up. Okay, this is due today, and what else is due, and so on. Okay, so I like this personal lot, upcoming and overdue, because it's also a nice remember. You should have nothing in here, maybe a couple, and then you know what's going on, what you have going on. Okay, so you can customize this, of course, on your view. So you have nothing to do with purchasing. Why bother to see it? You don't want to see it, but it's nice to have it here if you also deal a little bit on the purchasing side, and everything here is customer related. You have some settings here. Okay, one more thing I would like to mention here is this is track the email. Remember, when you send an email, you want to track it and create an activity. Here's the setting, and the activity is going to go under other, type other. That's what I chose. You can also, so remember I did the activity. I created, I said, hey, put it on my Outlook calendar because that's what we live off. You can also tell the system, if I create an activity in SAP, an activity type meeting, I wanted to synchronize it to my Outlook calendar also. And I have it set to synchronize every 5 minutes. So I will get it on my calendar just like I did earlier when I created that activity. You can, of course, set that also. Okay. And as I said, you can connect more than one database. And let me see, there we go. So for example, it would look like this. Okay. This, for example, is all the same database, but this contact person is on all, is on all those customers. That's why this comes up. But if you have more than one database, it would list all the databases right here also. So you are not just limited to one database, you can have more than one database. Okay. That was basically it on my side, on the CRM for Outlook side, and I guess we can move over to any questions.
Thank you, Rosie. That was great. I do have a couple of questions for you. Generally speaking, I'm getting a couple of questions about, connectivity, like, somebody who hosts SAP Business One in their office, but they use Outlook 365. There's no difficulty with that connection to SAP, is there?
You need to have, you're accessing it through an Outlook client. So what's really mandatory, you need to have the Outlook client running, and you need to have internet, and the server needs to be up running anywhere in the world.
Right. And so the other question is, of course, a lot of people today, their SAP Business One system is, in the cloud, and they're working at home. They don't have to be running SAP Business One, but it can still connect to SAP Business One. How does it do that?
It goes through the server component, Carl. So you have a server component, and this is where you connect the database. Right. So like I'm here in the US, as you know, right? But I also have a server in Europe. I can connect to it, and I don't have to VPN, nothing into it. I just open up my Outlook and I can connect to the database in Europe, because I'm a user for this database, and I have a license for it.
So it's all part of just a server configuration on the SAP Business One side.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Server component. Yep.
So it's basically, just so everyone knows, it's kind of whatever you can dream up, you can still connect to the SAP Business One system. So the Outlook will be operating in this real-time mode with SAP Business One.
Exactly.
The only other question I got was, and it's a little, how do you create an activity from an email that is an activity kind of
from an email? You do it just like I did. You have an email and you create an activity right here.
Can I create that activity and assign it to an existing opportunity?
Yes, because you have sales opportunities here. And gosh, I don't know opportunity too well. And there we go. You have an activity you can attach here.
Okay. Right. So I can do that too. All right. One more question. Is it possible to save other files such as PDFs and Excel sheets to the business partner through the Outlook functions?
No, that's not. You know what? Let me check though. Since you got these questions, I do not have attachments here.
Okay, so not directly in Outlook. I can't do that yet. Okay.
Not directly in Outlook, not yet. Yeah.
All right.
From an email, this is an activity I want to complete within an already existing opportunity.
Yeah, when you, this one says, when you create a sales order, can you customize and add fields in the order lines to match SAP?
Yes, you can go in here to sales order and you can drag and drop. You see that? And you can customize here, customize layout, and drag and drop here to customize layout. So you say, okay, I don't need this, take it off.
And can I do that with user-defined fields?
Yes, user-defined fields are here. You see those German ones? There we go. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I can add them from here or take them away from here. Yeah.
No, add, actually you can, everything should be available. If there is a field, I think we populate, and I'm not 100% sure, the most common ones. If there is a field you miss here, you just let us know. Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it automatically populates the user-defined fields on the line. If you don't want them there, you can take them off.
Exactly. Okay. Yes.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. What about licensing costs? Can you give folks an idea generally what they're looking at per user type thing?
It's per user. It's gosh, Carl, what is that? It's per user. You buy it per user, and you need to have, of course, some sort of SAP license too. To also, so let's say if you already have a CRM license for SAP, anyways, you just connect to that. Yeah, it's not just, you cannot just have CRM for Outlook license. You need some sort of SAP license too. Yeah.
So you must have an SAP license in order to do this, as well as the Outlook for CRM. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Well, that's answered most of pretty much every question that we had here today. So Rosi, thank you as always for being available to us. This was helpful. And I think, most of our customers do have, the usability pack, and many of them have other, products from Boyum as well. But this is one that folks are interested in. So I'm glad that we were able to spend some time with you.
And
thank
you for having me.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be back with us again sometime in the next few months.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye now.